tell you what, I'm looking at this crypto market today. And if I was cruising down the street and I saw this market walk by, I would say this market's got a fat ass. P-H-A-T, because I'm not a creep. Get your minds out of the gutter, people. And I said ask, not A-S-S. Duh, it's got a fat ask. Hello. But some very interesting things going on. Finally, we didn't have a weekend where the market S the bed. So that's good, right? You didn't have to feel depressed all day Sunday and decide which one of your kids' kidneys you were going to have to sell. Don't act like you didn't do it. We all did it. I don't even have kids, and I was looking at other people's kids' kidneys that I was going to have to sell, and all the logistics of that, getting them across the border and getting rid of that kidney, and it's a lot of work. All right. Hopefully we are live on Theta today. We had some little snafus last week, of which I had no control. I went to my page and all of the everything was gone. And so when all of the everything is gone, well, there's no stream keys, no nothing. So let me start by saying hello to everyone. Let me say hello to, let's start with our Theta peeps that didn't get to hang out with us the other day. Sniper Princess, Biotech Breakout, Troublemaker, what's up? Scorpsion, McNabb, Belinda, Veritax, Dwight, Hits NDC, SJO, Theta TV, Jimmy James in the Heezy. Over on WhoTube, the tube, Scorpsion again. What up? Double banging it. That sounded gross. That's not what I meant. Get your minds out of the gutters. Fat ask. It was ask, A-S-K. Sylvia, Al Greco, what's going on? Scott, what up, Scott? Patsy, good to see you, Patsy, as always. JJP Kelly, Tom, Adam, what up, Adam? Texas Steaks. Best steak pool for Cardano. Adam, by the way, I don't know if you saw that article where the guys at, is it FD7 or whatever the name of that hedge fund is, the Middle Eastern hedge fund that went in with 750 million. They sold Bitcoin and they bought DOT and Cardano. They came out with a price target. I S you not, a price target in the next 3 years of, which sounds reasonable, I guess, $20 Cardano and $700 DOT. I crap you negative. There's an article. I just told you that's the article. That's basically what's in the article. So we're not going to reread the article, but I thought you'd find that interesting. We are going to talk a little bit about when marketing becomes a little bit overhypey and a little bit nauseating. And in my opinion, Cardano hype has gone past the point of utility and is now getting a little bit tenuous. We'll get into it. It's time to put up or shut up. So let's see. Getting money. What's up, Brady in the house? What up, Brady? Biotech Breakout. Scott, other Scott Gordon. Michael Murphy across the pond. What up? And Phil, what's up, Phil? Phil, don't crash your car. Phil's always listening while he's driving. I don't want Phil to drive into oncoming traffic. Darting Uphill, JR80, TS Monkey, Baykeeper. What's going on? Darting Uphill, that's kind of a cool name. I like that. I dig it. Over here on the Clubhouse, and you'll notice we actually have a club at the Clubhouse, cryptoandcoffee.tv live. Yeah, there's another group on Clubhouse that totally hacked our name, and they put a little and sign, crypto and sign coffee. That doesn't make it original. Like Bitcoin Cash. It's not original. You just put the word cash on the end of Bitcoin and you have bigger blocks. Come on, Raj. Come on, guy. Anyway, we have Alexander. We have Antonio. We have Akram, Ryan, Mano, Rona, Catherine, Kimmy in the house. Angela, Christian, what up? Lakeisha, Chelsea, Bobby, David, Shay. What's going on? So kind of a nice little group today. It's quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Can the sea bass have laces on their heads? No one? Anyone? Austin Powers? Okay. Very good. Emmanuel, what's going on, buddy? Manuel, are we crushing with engine? This is the engine that could. What is the little engine that could? This is the little engine that can and has and still does. We're going to get into it. So let's roll these opening graphics. Let me say hello to Tiffany, Pablo, and anybody I missed. I will be right back, and we will make this thing Sue's official. Okay, first and foremost, a lot of the tokens you see on this list that may look new, they were exposed to us through Coin Alert. And a lot of people hear us talk about Coin Alert. They're like, Coin Alert, it's not, we have apps coming for the iPhone and the Android, but right now it's a web-based app. So coinalert.app, you like type it in your browser. We also have a browser extension coming. Social alerts are coming. All sorts of dope stuff. We have made a crap box full of currency units by simply seeing the moves as they happen. And even if you're not trading the information that you get, Coin Alert allows you to set up all these kind of cool alerts and it delivers it to your email. And it just gives you this email that's delivering you all this cool information. But another thing is that even if you're not trading off of it, it lets you see what's going up and what's going on in the market, probably before everyone else, because everyone else would have to research all these assets and figure out what the heck's going on. And so if you're in the front end of that, if you can go and you can check their Discord and you can figure out, where the sales are coming from, which exchanges, if there's any whale movement, all that. So you need all these details, and it's just I'm sure that you'll discover it's very difficult to get all this crap because there's so many damn websites and all that. So what we did is we just built this platform where it plugs in all of those disparate data sources for you, and then you just set up a little template, or you just basically put your requirements of what information you want, and it just spits it to you in these emails, which is super dope. We are coming eventually with push notifications and all that kind of cool stuff. But right now, very lean, very elegant. Here's your email. Here's all the information as you were. Okay, let's talk about the markets in general. Coinbase Ethereum, what's going on, buddy? Okay, some interesting stuff. So Bitcoin's flirting with 51,000. It's 50,965. It's been up, it's been down, but it's finally gotten pretty green, where we're seeing all green on the 24-hour, the 7-day, the 30-day, and the 1 year. Wouldn't it be interesting? We'll probably, when they do this next stimulus check, we're going to take and we're going to say, what would have happened if you had taken your first stimmies, and you would put it into these different assets, right? CC Brown, what up? And so you'll find that certain tokens perform better than other tokens, right? That's markets. But listen, reduce all of this. Forget all these other tokens just for a second. If there was only Bitcoin, and again, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, I'm a common sense maxi. I'm a pragmatic thinking maxi, right? I'm a wealth maxi. That's the only maxi I am. I don't say the SHI, whatever word, coins, because that's disingenuous. Even the dumbest projects teach you something. Doesn't mean you should invest in them. There's a lot of projects where people are out here being scammers, but you know what? There's a lot of companies on the NASDAQ that are out there just to steal your money. And they still have thousands or hundreds of employees. Those employees might not be there to steal your money. So just be careful that you don't label this whole market, oh, there's Bitcoin and then S coins. And also say S coins. Don't say the whole, anytime you have a whole class of tokens in the crypto space that you refer to with profanity, maybe you should reword that so that you don't sound like a douchebag when you're talking to people. Because if you want to get grandma into crypto, talking about all the SHI what is the SHI? When you say hell, you say HE double hockey sticks, right? That's like hell. If you don't want to say hell, I guess if you say hell, you go to hell. Oh, that's a weird one. But my point is, you got to, quit using profanity use profanity when it's needed, not in general classification of crypto assets. That makes you look dirty, scummy. You don't want that. You don't want people to feel like they got to wash their hands every time they shake yours. Come on. Okay. So let's talk Bitcoin, 51,000. Exactly. Cool. It's up last week. Let's see, 2 weeks ago, it got as low as 43,000. It ran up to close to 52, came back down. It's been flirting back and forth, but really it got its run Thursday late into Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, it kind of sideways, but it's still up a little bit on the day, 3.8, almost 3.9. We'll call it 4% on the week. you guys realize that if you were just doing 1.5 to 2% a week, 1.5 to 2% a week, which doesn't sound like a lot. You're like, oh man, that's not going to make me rich. Oh yes, it will. It will make you effing rich because that's over 200% a year. And if you take X amount of currency units and every 12 months you go times two, times two, times two, do the math. All right. Let's say you put $100 in year 1, year 2, 200, year 3, 400, year 4, 800, year 5, 16. You see where this goes, right? 1600, 32, 64, 7, right? And then you're rich. So yeah, I think you guys have to be a little bit more common sense when we're looking at the huge gains in this crypto space. Yurka, what's going on? Crypto Gamer 420 Beach Girl, what up? Let's see. Crypto Gamer says, I've just bought another outdoor helium hotspot miner. Oh, interesting. Crypto Gamer, I would love to have you tell us a little bit more. If those are good rewards, maybe we'll do a segment where you come on the show and just explain. If you could even take like some couple of videos so people could see what it is. But as far as I understand, that's the low frequency bandwidth mining, right? Where you're essentially providing a kind of a low frequency mesh network, and which is actually really cool, especially in areas where they don't have a lot of exposure to the internet, or at least not a lot of consistent exposure. I think it is cool. I just don't know enough about it. But anyway, yeah. Frank, what's going on? Let it run sideways, build up some energy. I agree. And for those of you who are, okay, it's a radio hotspot. Thank you. That's awesome. For those of you that are trading in the options market, you guys are doing real good. You're doing real good. And I'm not telling everyone to go trade options. I'm just telling you, if you're trading options in crypto, you're doing real good. Okay, let's move on. We know that the Bitcoin is up. My guess is it's getting ready to blow past 60K. I don't know when that happens or how that takes effect. My guess is it's somewhat synonymous with everybody getting some checks, right? Some checks in the mail. And don't think just because, listen, when your rich friend, Stuart sounds like a rich name. Is that a good rich name? Let me know in the comments what you think is a better rich name than Stuart. Stuart's usually got a lot of cash. They have those sweaters they throw over their shoulders. Stewart's, Stans, those kinds of rich guy names. Anyway, when our rich friend, until we have a better name, Stuart, when he says, oh, I'm not getting a stimulus check, I'm going to be in the Hamptons. Yeah, he's a GD liar. Why? Because he's getting money in different directions. The little stimulus check you get is a little old stupid Biff. Oh, Biff's good. Chip is rich. Yeah, but I know a Chip who's poor as 2 dirt rocks. He eats dirt. He's a dirt eater. He eats dirt for the minerals. Biff and Muffy. Oh yeah, Muffy is always the and she's got, yeah, Muffy. Elliot, ooh, yeah, Elliot's rich. Mark? Maybe. Bentley. Ooh, someone named Bentley. TS Monkey, you might have won that. Our rich friend Bentley. Chad. No, we can't use Chad because Chad has another meaning. Mark, what up? LaShawn. Oh yeah, LaShawn's good. Chad's actually pretty good, but Chad was a meme. If you guys remember. Ooh, that's it. Al, you just won. You just won the internet. Preston. No one can disagree with that. No, Spirilla. Preston is even better than Bentley. Bentley is usually like that really hot chick with a lot of plastic features. Yeah. Lance, what's going on? Good to see you. Tom, Nicholas. No, trust me. Nicholas, I know a lot of poor Nicholas. I was a poor Nicholas. I was a rich Nicholas, then I was a poor Nicholas. Then I was kind of rich again, then I was poor again. That's how it goes. But Preston is great. I think Preston wins this one. Nelson, I know a Nelson that works at a pipe fitting company, so we can't use Nelson. Oh, Wellington. God damn. That's good. You guys are good. You guys are way better than me. Frank, what's going on? Maxwell's good. Wellington Bentley. Or what about Preston Wellington Bentley the third? Huh? We throw a third on there, and you know he comes from anyway. When when Preston Wellington Bentley says he's not getting his stimulus check, trust me, there is a lot of stimulus funds that go in other routes. The typical number is for every $10 of stimulus monies that get out into the economy, only $1 gets to the people, and $9. And you guys know the Cantillon effect, right? If you're close to the well, you get to drink first. 9 of the $10 in stimmies get filtered right back to all the crony capitalists that sit right by the spigot. That's just the reality of it, unfortunately. Thurston Howell the third. Biotech, that's good. Can't be a junior. No. Juniors are the kid. That's the kid that ruins the franchise. That's the kid that squanders all grandpa, all great grandpa, all of Preston Wellington Bentley the first and the second's money. Okay. Let's see. Adam asked a question. Thoughts on the bond market picking up to 1.6 affecting BTC buy side? I don't think that there's so many people in crypto that they're being affected by the bond market, if we're being honest. And 1.6, those are on notes. That's a 10-year. That's on the 10-year. It's certainly on not on the most liquid asset, which is, as we discovered on Friday, are the bills, T-bills, right? Anywhere from days to 1 year. Those are the most highly liquid. So bills that are on the run are the most valuable, pristine collateral. And bills are still negative, even 1.6. If your CPI if their inflation targeting is 2%, then what's 1.6 tell you? That you're still negative 40 basis points, if in fact the Fed knows how to create inflation, which I argue they don't. I argue they've never been able to create inflation. Never. Inflation is a product of one of two things: either profligate money printing, the way that, you know, companies on their way out, right? Like Zimbabwe, like Weimar Germany, like Venezuela. And we're not doing that in the United States. I know we like to throw up big numbers, but we're not. And money is not making it into people's hands. You guys didn't get $1 million stimulus check, did you? Did anyone get $1 million stimulus check that would actually change your buying behavior? No, you didn't. So you're not getting real stimulus. This is fake stimulus. This is dangling a stupid ass carrot in front of a bunch of rubes and expecting them to be excited and enticed by it. Oh, $1,400. I'll go buy a new car. Get the F out of here. It's not changing buying behavior. All right. So I guess what I'm saying, Adam, is two things. One, I think these inflation expectations they're a little bit flawed. I think people aren't doing good math. I think when they do, this will come back down. But this is the 10-year. Would you give the government your money for 10 years for 1.6 annualized return? Anyone? No one in the crypto space is turning and going, oh, I'm going to go back into treasuries. I'm going to hide there. Screw this 200% annualized return on Bitcoin. I'm going to go get that 1.6. I'm going to go get that negative 40 basis points. It doesn't change anything. I don't think. I just don't think it's the same markets competing. I don't think the people in the crypto space, it's for the people that are managing money, even if you're part of a company and you're one of the accountants or one of the traders at the doing treasury functions for a company. Let's say you're just managing company funds. It's not like you're saying it's either Bitcoin or those treasuries paying 1.6%. No, because anybody that's actually scared of inflation, 1.6 is not enough. This is just a kind of a yawn. And while it looks like a lot, if you go back, the increase is a big percentage increase. But historically, this is dust. You guys remember, well, I wasn't really alive, but for those of you that were alive, like in the 70s, when the prices, like you could put money in a bank account and you could get 8, 10, 12%. Yeah, that's competitive. If it was put your money in Bitcoin or park your money at Chase and grab 12%, okay, now that's an argument. That's a conundrum. That's something that you might have to reconsider. But 1.6%, if you know, and by the way, inflation targeting is what the Fed does when they don't know what to do. They say, well, since we can't create inflation and we're trying to create it in the wrong way anyway, remember, inflation effects are supposed to be proving to you kind of a thumbs up, an indicator that you have free flowing credit availability, and cash. Money is flowing in the economy. Companies are expanding. They're hiring on new employees. They're taking on product as quick as possible. Right? Why? Because they think that things are going to get more expensive because the economy is going to expand. So they pull forward their purchasing. Right? Which creates a race for certain assets. And then you see certain consumer items start to inflate in value, start to increase in value because there's more competition for those things. Included is wages, right? If wages don't track inflation, it's false. So the idea that inflation actually lets you know that the economy is doing good, that means it's a symptom of a good economy. It's a reciprocal of a good economy, not the thing that creates the expanding economy, right? That's like saying, if I run and I win a marathon, if I run fast enough to win a marathon, my toes will bleed. So the Fed goes, easy. If we want to win, all we have to do is make everyone's toes bleed, and that equals winning. No, dummy. So the problem is that there's a disconnect, and the people, the central planners at the Federal Reserve that are supposed to be managing our money, right? If you want to say that, managing the economy, right? Full employment, maximum employment, consumer price efficiency. You know, we want to maximize every spending dollar for the average American family and all that other stupid crap they put in every statement, that copy and paste bull crap. They don't understand money. They have a certain list of these econometric models that they learned at their schools in the 1940s and 50s and 60s, and they simply apply those against each other with no understanding of the greater economy. So all of the stuff, and they're incredibly arrogant about it. If you ask a central banker, listen, Janet Yellen, our new Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, after she succeeded Bernanke, she was the one who went on the record and said, we'll never have another recession. That's how good we are. We'll never have, shut the F up, you dumb old bird. How stupid does that sound? She said that while we were technically in a depression. We'll never have another one. That's how good we are. You're a dummy. Well, good news. Now she's in charge of the Treasury and about $1.7 trillion. My guess is that money does see the economy. But again, does it make up for all of the destruction that we had over the last 6, 12, 18 months? No. I want you guys to imagine this big ditch that's been dug, okay? In that ditch that was dug, that was all that we have lost, all the money we lost before and after COVID, all of the lost production, all of the lost business, all of the lost income. It's all lost. Unless the stimulus money not only fills up that entire moat, that entire ditch, but adds on to it so much money that you guys are willing to go out and invest in the economy and expand your businesses and hire employees and buy new cars, buy new houses, take on a bunch of debt. Unless you're willing to do that, and my guess is $1,400 doesn't do it. But unless the pile of money created by stimulus is way bigger than all of the opportunity that was lost, then you don't want to be confusing recovery, which is what this is, a little bit of recovery, kind of stagnant, iterative recovery. That's not growth, right? If we were on a growth trajectory, a growing economy, that's an upward line, up and to the right, a lot like the Bitcoin chart. Okay. But if the line goes flat or down and then you bounce back up to where you were is not where you would have been. All you're doing is trying to print prosperity all the way back. You're trying to print up all of that lost prosperity, right? It doesn't work that way. You can't print productivity. You can't buy burgers with bank reserves. That's probably central banking. If you know those two things, if you understand those two tenets, you now understand more than Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell. And then if you know how to define money, which most people can't, right? What is money? Well, we're talking about base money, broad money. We're talking about money that floats around in the credit system outside the United States in the Eurodollar system, non-US dollars, but dollar-denominated loans that once they do the, hop around 2 or 3 times, they basically are US dollars. Are we talking about the dollars floating around the Chinese system that come into the government or into China through a variety of companies, and then those dollars get pumped to the PBOC, and then the PBOC turns around and uses those dollars to kind of help peg their currency? Like what is money? Money is a very nebulous term. It seems clear that these central planners, they can't even define what money is. You need to have a good definition of money in your mind. One that I like, I'm stealing it from Mike Green, who I think is one of the sharpest minds in the business. He's not a fan of crypto, but that doesn't make him not really smart. He's just not a fan of crypto. Either is Michael Burry. His definition of money is that which extinguishes debt. And Jimmy James, yes, Jeff and Emil present this very well, and watching them is worth everyone's time. Eurodollar University. It's called Making Sense. Emil and I are jumping on the phone in about an hour. We're going to talk NFTs. I'm curious to see if NFTs make their way into one of their shows. Jeff and Emil and I have talked a little bit about NFTs, but really more we stay on the digital currency side. Let's see, where's that spigot located? I'm willing to relocate. Yeah. It starts at crony capitalismville. Okay, so let's move on. Ethereum's made a pretty good little comeback. $1,734. It's up 4% on the day, almost 13% on the week. It's still up 700% on the year. It is better performer. No one wants to hear this. It is a better performer than Bitcoin. But again, that's fine. Bitcoin is its own class. Matter of fact, you could say Bitcoin is almost its own asset class. Uncorrelated digital money units. Sweet. Okay? It's a separate animal. And then there is everything else. I don't even call them alternative assets. I just call them assets. So these other digital assets, Ethereum, smart contract platform, great proof of concept. They've got some fee problems. They've got a lot of problems, but they don't have any really compelling competitors that are fully out to market. And I don't consider Binance Chain, and I'm not going to call it smart because it's not smart, it's centralized. I'm not going to consider Binance Chain as real competition to Ethereum because it is not. CZ, you're cool, dude, but you are not Vitalik Buterin. You are certainly not Gavin Wood, and you're no doctor, and you will never be Charles Hoskinson. Now, I think CZ is a cool dude. He's done an amazing job with Binance, and it's a really good exchange. But don't get it twisted. He is an absolute effing snake, and he will step on your grandmother's neck, right? Period. This dude does not care about you. Do not make that mistake in assuming this dude doesn't care if you can pay rent. Matter of fact, this dude will tell you to parlay your rent check on his platform for 125x leverage. There ain't nothing smart about Binance or Binance Chain. It's smart for him, but they will take everything. They promote incredibly bad behavior, and they have been doing it for a while. And remember, Meerkat Finance, the $31 million rug pull, that's Binance project. That's Binance money. Oh, he's been real quiet about that. Yeah, that's weird. CZ, you're on Clubhouse every day and then in the rug pool when you got quiet. Huh. That's crazy. I guess you're just really busy tending to that boat in international waters. Douchebag. Anyway, I digress. So Ethereum, it popped up to 2,000. It got cut back down. It went all the way down to 1348. This was last week. This wasn't a long time ago. This last week. Hits NEC. 3-year-old is waving to you because I'm streaming you. Oh, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Cam. What up? That's going to be a super smart 3-year-old. Well, by the time he's 9, I expect he'll have read the Bitcoin white paper and he'll be making trades on his own. He'll have like 40x leverage and he'll be crushing all of us. All right. You know what would be cool is to film little moments of Cam and make them into these NFT moments, kind of like the NBA Top Shots, so that you have like these moments, like these dedicated moments that you could give to your family members. That'd be cool. Somebody should come up with a platform where you can create little 6 to 15-second moments in your family's lives. It could be a pet. Cats do very well. We know that cats do very well. So for anyone who wants that, Alex, we're gonna have to start selling these ideas. Anyway, Cam, hello. All right, let's see. Patrick, what's going on? How can BTC be labeled a risk asset compared to USD? Well, it's certainly more volatile than the US dollar. So in that sense, it's a risk asset. Is it correlated with the US dollar? No, not really, not yet. Now, I believe as Bitcoin appears on more and more corporate balance sheets, there will be more of a correlation to the greater markets. That's an assumption we can make, right? But not until then, and we're not anywhere near that. I think we're probably a year to a year and a half away from that, but you never know. We'll only know when companies have come on board when they file their 10K filings, which is at each subsequent quarter. You'd be able to look back into their assets and see if they have direct or indirect exposure to Bitcoin. And again, I think Bitcoin's the first place they come on board. So anybody labeling it a risk asset, I don't think that's a fair. I don't think that's a fair label. Not yet. Brandon, what's going on? Brandon and I had a little coffee this morning. Do you have a massive neon orange sign in front of you on the wall that says, watch your effing language? No, I'm practicing. I'm going back to, we're going to be doing a live show. For those of you that know, I used to be on Raging Bull. Raging Bull is on hiatus. Things are looking like they're going to start up again. And so I'm just being good. I have to be good. I can't be a potty mouth. I can't be a potty mouth. All right. See, I have self-control. Okay. Let's talk Cardano. Oh, Cardano. So the thing is, yes, Goguen is almost there. Yes, smart contracts are almost here. Yes, you can launch assets. Cool, man. But you know what? We've had months and months and months of promises and more promises and little birdies and AMAs and little hints and this is coming and that is coming in the country and the. But you know what? I'm over it. I'm over it. Bitcoin Candy, 2-Debt Pipeline, what's going on? I'm over it. I don't care what Charles says from this point forward. If I can't see it, if I can't touch it, click it, make it happen, fire off an NFT, launch a smart contract, create a something, I don't give a poop. I do not care. Enough is enough. Great, you do an AMA every 7 days. I appreciate that. I love the communication strategy, but quit the hinting about hints, about this, about that. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Because now you're becoming a meme. Don't take a really cool community and turn it into a bunch of people that are just hanging on every AMA, piercing through, looking through your words, may or shall. He said shall. Shall means it's happening, not may. Like you're going through some Supreme Court document trying to figure out which way Kennedy's going to vote. Get off the gas. Cardano has to put up or shut up. This price of $1.13 is not warranted. No one wants to hear this. No one wants to say this. This is not warranted. This token should be 50 cents, in my opinion. Why? Because it does not deserve this. Now, the price is correct. That's what people are willing to buy and sell for. I'm not arguing the price. I think it is extremely overvalued. Now, the day after they launch smart contracts, after Alonzo launches, which I'm guessing is going to be sometime in April now, because it keeps getting pushed back and we don't get any clear answers and we just get vagaries. Okay. You know me, I'm a huge Cardano fan. But the minute you do me wrong, I'm going to air out your laundry. And right now, message or not, Cardano is blowing it. They're blowing it. There is new technology somewhere. We just can't use it. Show me. Put up or shut up. You know what? Same goes for Polkadot. Put up or shut up. Where's your parachain offering, Gavin? It was supposed to be January. Then it was supposed to be February. Maybe March. I don't know. And by the way, can anybody clearly explain exactly how that parachain offering is going to look? No. And why I say no is because they can't even explain it. They're having to go back and change things. It's too confusing for them. So how are the rest of us supposed to figure this out? I know how to look at this stuff. I've been in this space a long time. My brother was popping out 15 Bitcoin a day in 2010. Yeah, that's right. And heating the house. 15 Bitcoin a day. He did it until he had well over 2,000 Bitcoin. I've been in this space, homies. And I can't exactly figure out what the F they're doing over at Polkadot. And I don't think they can tell you either. I think they're a little confused. And so that's problematic for me. So Gavin, Charles, enough with the hints, the birds, and the BS. It's time to put up or shut up. Otherwise, your tokens are going to grind down, and they should, because these prices are not warranted, in my opinion. Cardano should be 50 cents, in my opinion. Polkadot should be about 18 bucks. Really, they should probably be back to about $6. What are they actually doing? Oh, man, we're going to do all that. Yeah, you're gonna. Don't gonna nothing. Do it. That's it. All these dudes promising the world, delivering nothing. At least with Charles, he does AMAs and you learn a lot. And the guy's actually really smart. I wouldn't even mind if Charles just didn't even talk about Cardano and just had AMAs where we just discuss things with him. I actually like that. He is a genius. I like to just kind of get to know the way his brain works. But quit with the birdies and the bull S. Who almost went all the way with that one. Let's see. Kelly, you're going to ban me. So I am going to shut up. You don't have to shut up. I'm not banning nobody. I believe in say whatever you want. You know, I get people that come on here all the time, trash talk. I don't care. Ain't nobody getting banned. Nobody's getting kicked off. I don't care if you love, hate, whatever. Just be nice. All you have to do is not be a dick. But you don't have to like any of these projects. You think Charles and Gavin and Vitalik are sending out rent checks when you can't make rent? F no. No, they are not. Come on. This is about you guys. This is about your balance sheet, not these douchebags. Yeah, I said it. Douchebags. I'm a douchebag. It's fine. All right. XRP, there's not much to say. I think both Chris Grand Larceny and Brad Garlic Mouth, they both filed motions to dismiss. Please. Oh, God. Dismiss. This is stupid. This is so stupid. You shouldn't even be. Guys, you stole $1.3 billion and then you lied to the investors. Period. That is it. That is all. They're not dismissing your cases, you dummies. And then they're like getting by. See, we filed a motion. Anybody can file a motion. It means nothing. So the jury is still out. Is XRP dead? No. We just don't know what it is. So I would just say, hold off. Has it missed whatever you call this, if you call this a bull run, which I think is flawed thinking, but if you say this is a bull run, XRP missed it. You'll never get that money back. You realize that. There's a reason why all these other tokens are 700%, 3,900%, 500%, 1,000%, 1,1600%, 800%, and XRP is 127%. That's not good. That means they already missed. If you think this is a bull run, it means they already missed the bull run. It's already gone. Over. You missed it. You're not getting it back. Dunning-Kruger effect. Don't throw good money after bad. What some of you might do when you get your Flare token, okay, this is an idea. Sell your Flare token, which is worth more than XRP right now, so that you have a free position in XRP. And then, hey, more power to you. Ride that baby down to the ground or into the sky. Doesn't matter. RJ, what's going on? Good to see you. Bill, what up? Okay. Ella Paul, what's going on? Let's move on. XLM, it's kind of like, who cares? I don't think they're doing anything meaningful. Yeah, let's just move on. Okay, Theta. Theta's kicking butt. Theta is doing great, $4.85. Apparently this kind of quasi alignment partnership, the fact that Sony is a validator, well, that's got to mean things for the future, hasn't it? Like for streamers on PlayStation and things like that. Come on, put the pieces together. Put the pieces together. So my guess is there's something going on there. Anyway, it is up 12% on the day, 50% on the week, 100% on the 30-day, almost 4,000% on the year. Ladies and gents, this is one hell of a performance. So again, I don't know where Theta goes. I don't know what its value is. We were looking at it. Our buy was around $2. Say at $2, we're going to buy this thing. We're going to buy this thing. We did. My clients and I bought it. We own it, and we will see where it goes. But I'm excited for it. I don't know how big the market cap for Theta can be. 4 billion is a lot. But again, market cap arguments don't make really too much sense because we're talking about the network effects of this entire space swelling due to new interest and excitement. And you've seen that in the NFT space very clearly. So I believe if your base case or if your thesis is that this is a bull market or a bull run or a bull cycle, you're full of bull S because you're not looking at this market correctly, right? I think these are network effects, and I think it's very tough for us to quantify exactly how many currency units are going to enter this space, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's first new asset class in 1696. You guys hear me drone on about this all the time. The last new asset class was the late 1600s when the English had to finance the war against France, so they created war bonds. That was the bond market. Bam. Crypto Gamer got Theta at 87 cents. Nice. For those of you that are in the 5x to 10x territory, if you 5x'd or 10x'd your money, take your original investment off the table. Take your original money back off the table. No one's going to say, you weak hands and paper hands and all that other stupid stuff. That's not true. You have intelligent hands that click the sell button when you have a 5 to 10x. Click the sell button when you have a 5 to 10x. Take your original off the table. Take it back to Bitcoin. Go park it over on Nexo. Grab yourself 5% day on day annualized return on your Bitcoins while you wait and see what else you want to do. Don't give it back. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Don't give it back. You're looking a gift horse in the mouth if you're looking at, and listen, at a 5x, you take your original investment off the table, okay, 20%, and let the 80% ride. And every time it doubles, take 10%. Every time it doubles, 10%. Every time it doubles, 10%. You'll still be sitting really pretty when all this is done. Okay, let's move on. Cosmos moved up really fast, and then it's been languishing between $17 and $20. It's around $19 right now. It's pretty much flat for the day, down about 1%. up about 1% on the week, 57% on the month, fall just shy of 500% on the year. Still really good. I don't think they're making the argument as well. Their marketing's kind of meh. I think they could do a lot better on their marketing, but it is what it is. Valerie, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. True Seeker, what up? Kelly, welcome. Officially welcome. Gatomi, what's going on? So I don't know. Kind of the whole Atom Cosmos thing is like, yes, it's cool, but you need to make an argument why companies should leverage you versus Near, Cardano, Polkadot. There's a lot of protocol battling going on right now. I think you want to own this whole space. I think if you don't know what to do, you buy protocol layers for everything and you win. Let's go to VeChain. VeChain. What? A little bit of a breakout. With a great sorrow, I can no longer buy VeChain because it's over my 5-cent mark. I'm happy though, because it's in the 6-cent mark. 6.3 pennies. Market cap of 4 billion. Okay. It's up almost 10% on the day, 45% on the week, 120% on the 30-day, 1,100% on the year. What's going on with VeChain? Well, for all those whack jobs that just read charts and only believe in charts, it's broken out of a chart. It was in a chart. It was in a channel. It broke out of the channel. Does this stuff mean anything? No. Only to about 6 people that write dumb articles for Cointelegraph that have no experience in anything. But to a greater extent, there is a huge amount of community support for VeChain. And VeChain is exposure to China and supply chain provenance and logistics. It checks a lot of the right boxes, except the box it doesn't check is the jockey, the management. In my opinion, Sonny Liu is a douche big. He is a douche big. He's kind of scammy. But you know what? They like him in China. This thing's breaking out. There are predictions that this thing goes anywhere. These are predictions. These aren't even blue piece of paper in a bathroom stall predictions. These are just straight up dumb, floating around Reddit, floating around Cointelegraph predictions. Again, written by idiots that know not what they speak. Of anywhere from 50 to 75 pennies, 50 to 75 cents for VeChain over the next 18 months. And a logical, rational mind would say, well, certainly not without some real kind of use, utility, and adoption, right? Because we all know use, utility, and adoption are all that matter. Everything else is nonsense. Everything else is chatter. Okay? Use, utility, adoption. Is there any token that really has that? There's 2, really. Bitcoin and Ethereum. They have widespread use. They have utility. They have adoption. Everybody else is just playing in the minors for now. Even Cardano, even Polkadot, even Avalanche, all the way down the list, they're all playing in the minors. Okay? You could technically say that stable coins, just by their very nature, if they're trusted, they also have use, utility, and adoption. But you don't make money on stable coins. So we're going to leave them out of our kind of discussion for obvious reasons of pragmatism. Okay. Graph token. What's going on with Graph token? It's $1.85. It's been hovering around $2. But you know what? We started covering this bad boy at 20 to 22 to say 35 cent range. Our original thing was we buy this thing under 30 cents. Well, we bought it under 30 cents. And here we are at about a 7x. It's cool. The staking would be cool if there wasn't 2 things. A 28-day thawing period if you want to unstake. And B, the stake pool operators can straight up steal from you and you don't know. I had a stake pool that was straight stealing from me, taking all of my stake. And listen, I had a not insignificant chunk of Graph token. I still do, but it's unstaking. It's thawing. I was so burnt by the staking that I've chosen not to stake. I will not be staking Graph token. It's not worth it. To me, it's not worth it. One bad experience and I'm pretty much out. Now, I'm not dumping Graph token. I think Graph token is an incredibly valuable token. And my guess is that puppy, I think Graph token's good for $8 or $10 over these network effect periods. So I'm not getting out anytime soon. I will be taking my 20% off the table when I get a 10X, which is $3. So we're close. So if we get $3, I'll take 20% off the table back into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is my stable coin. And then we're off to the races. I'm going to let that bad boy run at $6. I will take another 10%. At $12, I'll take another 10%. Getting paid, suckers. Let's talk about Engine. What in the smoke is going on with Engine? Really quick, Stress Relief asks, question, explain how a couple times last week Cardano performed more total transactions than Ethereum with no business because of all the idiots launching tokens, all the half-tards launching stupid meme tokens through dataless flight. That's how. That's how. Unfortunately. Yeah, it was no real, it's not use, utility, and adoption. Right now it's utility, yes-ish, not quite utility, not quite adoption, although you'd have to give them the adoption check mark for staking, for how many people own the token. But if we're being honest real quick about Cardano, all we have is a big network where everybody's staking the token and everybody's waiting for some big shoe up. But that's it. We don't have smart contracts. We don't really have native assets, not yet. So it's kind of like we've been sold wolf tickets. Cool, I guess. I took profit twice. Not took it off the table, but took it into other assets. At $1.36, I told you guys this 2 weeks ago. I took 7% of my entire stash of Cardano back into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at like 46. Yeah, winning. I took another 3.5% off the table this Saturday, and I took it into a few tokens: Flow, 1 inch, Near, and Engine. Well, let's look at Engine. It's $1.65. It's up 25% on the day, 150% on the 7-day, 330% on the month, 1,600% on the year. Yeah, Engine is kicking taints. It's kicking taints in the tank. Why? Well, a variety of things. It's a kind of, I look at Engine a lot of the same way that I look at Graph token. It's not a protocol layer solution. However, it sits right above the protocol layer in the NFT space. Okay. And I think if you want to get exposure to this space, you can go buy NBA Top Shots and do all the stupid stuff that me and Alex do, that we stress over it. And it's a lot of fun, and it keeps us from doing stupid things with our actual money, right? I'd rather make a dumb decision with $80 or, $19 or $14 or whatever than a stupid decision with 2.6 million bucks or 8 million bucks or whatever, right? Be smart. If you have fidgety hands, that like to trade all the time, protect yourself from yourself. Find a crypto hobby and spend a few hours a day there instead of trading your portfolio, which all you do is incur moments of tax and stress, and more often than not, you're on the losing end. So know to know thine own self, right? Okay. So Engine to me is exposure to the NFT space without guessing on specific non-fungible projects. They are aligned, as far as I understand, they're aligned with a bunch of companies. Not only are they kind of a video game token, a compensation token throughout Japan and some of the other Asian countries, and that's cool. That's a use case, but that's not what this is. In my opinion, people are starting to look at Engine and also at Flow as exposure to the NFT space at the ground level, that almost or protocol level exposure. If you want to win in crypto, invest in the roadways, the highways, the infrastructure. Invest in infrastructure, protocol layers. You can guess on dApps and you might get it right. If you buy the infrastructure layers beneath them, you always get it right. Yeah. Okay. So, Engine's having a pretty good run. It's actually the belle of the ball. It's the best performer in the entire list of assets that we cover. Pretty cool stuff, man. 1inch and Flow. 1inch is my favorite DEX. Now, I'm not telling anyone here to invest in it. I own 1inch. It's my only exposure to decentralized exchanges. Why? Because Leroy and I use it to swap tokens all the time. It's a good swap platform, and it has, again, I know it's showering you with governance tokens, but they have marginally ridiculous rewards. I think it's 34, 35% annualized return. You get paid every day tokens. I like that. You're not stuck. So again, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of decentralized exchanges yet. I'm not a big fan of these swap platforms or DeFi yet. But this, in my opinion, 1inch is the best in breed. And really quick, let's talk Flow. Flow is the best that I can kind of come up with of protocol layer exposure to NFTs. If you think Dapper Labs, NBA Top Shots, and all the other things Dapper Labs doing, the original CryptoKitties peeps, you need to think Flow. People are going to start looking for Flow. It's available on gate.io. There is a link in my description for Gate. It gets you 20% discount on trades. It's not a traditional affiliate link where people get showered with coins. It's just, it reduces your fees to trade, which I like. Gate.io is a very good exchange, but make sure you do all of your initial authentication, your due diligence, and make sure it will let you trade these tokens. Do a tiny trade first. Some people can't buy certain assets. For some people in America, Flow is difficult to get. So I get a lot of people that have been hitting me up like, hey man, help me. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I am continually dollar cost averaging into Flow because I think there is a greater story about non-fungible tokens that isn't just like, what's this cool moment? It's the application of unique digital assets to the entire planet Earth, to all of the objects, bits, pieces, to real world things. If you apply a unique digital token to real world things, even intellectual property, that's a thing. Moments in time, that's a thing. That's what non-fungible tokens are. Yep. So if you want exposure, get that Flow. I just tried Gate to get Flow. Can't get in New Jersey. Yeah. Everybody on the East Coast gets dick moved. Al, I would call around to some of your friends that you trust and find someone that lives, say, I don't know, in California, and where life is good and you can get some Flow. Not advice, mind you, just telling you what I read on a blue piece of paper I found in a downtown LA urinal. It also said, it was scraped on the wall. It said DILF and a phone number. You guys know what a DILF is? It's not anything I'm going to repeat. Okay. So IOST, it's wildly successful in China. Its exposure to China, it's up 12% on the week. It's kind of down a little bit, about 2.5% on the day, but it's up 12 on the week, 126 on the month, 800% on the year. I have a small stash. I like it. It's interesting. It's exciting. Is it going to change the world? I don't know. Maybe not. But is it going to potentially increase in value? I think so. It's pretty low market cap, and it's got a lot of opportunity. So we'll see. Okay. Stress relief. Flow is available on Kraken if and only if you were part of the IPO or the ICO, sorry. And so, yeah, you can even stake it there, but you can't send Flow. Now, once you own Flow, you can stake it through the actual network. I'm using Bison Trails and staking under their consensus validator. But anyway, there you go. Okay, Crypto Gamer. Did you see the Banksy YouTube video where they lit the original physical copy on fire? Because yes, they bought it for $95,000. It was a print. It was number $375. This is a print. This is a lithograph, not an original. They bought a print, a numbered, signed, numbered print for $95,000. They lit it on fire. They sold the NFT for 300 and I think 380, 385, but they sold it for 385,000 in Ethereum when Ethereum was $1,500. They've already made, 12, 15% on that trade. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. I've actually, a buddy of mine and I are looking at doing a real Banksy, the actual one of one of when it's gone, and doing it as a whole event, and then doing the burning of it as a moment, doing the preparation as a moment. And so we're going to catalog the entire time in these moments leading up to the burning. Those will all be live action moments, a lot like NBA Top Shots. And then the one of one, we're taking the real world piece of art, destroying it. What will be left will be a digital version of it, a one for one. Yes. And ain't no copies here. Ain't no copies here. This is an original. Anyway, we'll let you guys know. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. We'll probably use a flamethrower. Okay. What burning does and how that makes sense. Well, the problem with non-fungible tokens, the problem with artwork, if I take a piece of art, so you guys know I have an NFT, right? You guys know this? You know this. Here, I'll show you. I made an NFT. Great. Here it is. Here it is, everyone. It's what we used for the t-shirt designs. I made 3 of these. It's the original artwork. Great. There's 3. But if I do 3 NFTs and I still have the artwork, well, it's just a copy of a copy of a copy. It doesn't mean anything. So what I'm doing is I'm actually destroying the original artwork. When these 3 NFTs sell, I have 3 for sale for as little as $1. But when they sell, then I'm going to destroy the actual artwork so that there's only 3 versions of this left on the human earth. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you can't buy, Sylvia, you can't buy Flow through Kraken. It's on there to people that were a part of the ICO that Kraken participated in. So anyway, when you burn it, let's say this was an actual an artwork. If I burn it, light it on fire, and then create an NFT of it, well, I create the NFT first, the non-fungible version, the digital version. Think of it as the last baseball card. If I have the last Mickey Mantle baseball card and it's in perfect condition, and I make that into an NFT, a one-for-one NFT, and then I burn the card, then the NFT has encapsulated all of the value of that asset forever because it's the only thing that's left. That's where the value is. If you still have 300 and if you still have 499 lithos, you haven't really done anything with a Banksy print. It's cool. It's risky, but you haven't really done anything. You've hinted at doing something. You want to do something? Burn the original. Burn the existing physical real world original. Because if you want to take that in people's minds, if you want to take something digital and make it represent something in the real world, you have to take away that invisible mental break, that barrier where you say, oh, something digital is not real. Guess what? I would much rather have my NBA Top Shot moments than some stupid ass basketball card that's just going to have withered corners. No, I like this. Alex and I go back and forth. Hey, check out my card. Check out my card. We do screenshots. We do all this kind of stuff. Oh, dude, that's badass. Da-da-da-da. It's so much more fun. And so, but the only way that works is because the physical moment of those that physical moment has already passed. That exact moment in time, that exact piece of artwork that's lit on fire, that whatever, it's gone. That's where the value is. In my opinion, it's breaking down that barrier to where a digital representation doesn't count. Now, if the digital representation is all that's left, it most certainly counts. The value is there. And we'll see. But that's what burning does to me. That's what burning does. Okay. I hope that makes sense. There was an interesting little article, but you know what? We'll talk about it tomorrow. Galaxy Digital is launching another, quote, North American ETF, but they're doing it in Canada. Yawn. I don't really care much about Novogratz. He hasn't added a lot to the story. He's just pushing Bitcoin, which is cool, and he's pushing Ethereum, which is risky. I don't think Novogratz is all that clever. But that's just my opinion. He probably doesn't think I'm all that clever. Only guess what, Novo, I don't try to dress like Tony Stark, but yet I'm 40 pounds overweight. And you do. So there we go. Is he a billionaire? Yeah, probably. And I am not. So there he goes. He could buy me to shut up. All right. Let's see. How does this differ from someone that just has a digital photo of the print? Because having a digital photo is not the original. It's the same way that you could take a photocopy. I mean, you could go take a copy of the Mona Lisa and put it on your wall. You don't have the Mona Lisa. You don't have the original. There's something valuable about having a unique, numbered, verifiable original, right? Just having a copy of the Mona Lisa on your wall. No one goes to your house and goes, wow, I thought this was at the Louvre. I can't, or wherever it is. I didn't think you're like, yeah, it's my Mona Lisa. No big deal. It's smaller in real life. Probably not the first time they've said that. So having the original means something to a lot of people. Yeah, it's kind of that uniqueness. It's something that you share. You know, you have a digital asset on the wall and say, listen, this is one of 3. There's only 3 of this, or there's only 2 of that, or there's only 1,000. I've got number 626 or number 14. That's kind of cool. It sews you in, or it places you into the lineage of that item. And that's important, because all of the things we have around us, if they don't have a story attached to them, they're much less meaningful. If we have a story, if we are part of that story, we're part of the story of this piece of artwork, or part of the story of this moment in time, or part of the story of this, whatever. If you think about NFTs, they could be used for certification processes and all these kinds of cool things. But you become, for instance, your college degree, or some certificate that you earned or achieved, or something that your kids did when they won an award in school or something like that, documenting these moments in life. To a lot of people, who cares? But to a lot of people, it would be great to kind of cement the history of that thing into perpetuity. And this is one way to do that. The actual data is stored in a database of the NFT distributor. If that goes, no, it's not. You have the data. Listen, this is just the same. It's recorded on a ledger, but you have the data, right? It's not just a link. That is your asset. You own that asset. Like with NBA Top Shots, that's across the Flow blockchain. You own that asset. That sucker's yours, dude. In the same way that Bitcoin is yours, because you have the private keys for it, right? That's yours, man. That's your stuff. And yeah, and to the greater story of any real world item, intellectual or otherwise, you can attach a unique, numbered, verifiable, validatable, non-fungible token to it. And into perpetuity, you can see the chain of events, the lineage, the ownership, who owns it, where did it go, that's pretty cool. And this is going to happen a lot more. And it's not just collectibles. It's just that collectibles is the first space. Okay, I've waxed on philosophic long enough. Pretty fun day. It's a Monday. I like Mondays where prices are basically green. Bitcoin is flat, but it's at $50,900. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Ethereum, hey, strong, still strong. 1,700 ain't nothing. Cardano and DOT, you're going to have to show us something, man. They should both be down. They should both be way down. It's not just enough to have a big community. At some point, that's going to wear off. Use, utility, and adoption. And if you're not providing that, you're a meme. And I don't hold memes. I trade memes. You should too. Okay, let's call today. Over on Clubhouse, we're going to keep the party going. For those of you on Theta, thank you for hanging out with us. Miha Crypto, what's going on? Bertolac 8, what's going on? BP brother, hello to everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad we finally made Theta work. We didn't make it work. It worked. Okay. Keep your eyes on Engine. Keep your eyes on Flow. Keep your eyes on Theta. Those are the interesting tokens right now. I guess keep your eyes on VeChain to an extent. Let's see where this thing goes. Have fun. Watch your money. Don't listen to anybody you heard on some stupid internet show. Don't listen to anybody on some GD chat room in Clubhouse. You need to assume everyone is out to steal from you, that everyone's there to screw you over. Do not trust me. Do not trust anyone. If you assume that everyone is there to F you over, you will never be surprised. When I was in the military, you know who we wanted in our platoon? You know who we wanted to be the point man? The most paranoid schizophrenic we got. Because that dude's not going to miss the wire. Right? A patrol's going to be a long one, but he's not going to miss the wire. You need to assume that everyone here is out to screw you over. Do your own research. Do not listen to anyone. Do not leverage anyone. You want good data? Go to CoinAlert, coinalert.app. Set up a free account and have data literally showered into your face. Golden showered into your face. Ew, gross. No, it's gold because it's knowledge, silly. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Campbell Soup Kids, send me an email at cryptoandcoffeelive@gmail.com. Give me your name and your phone number. I'll add you as a contact and I'll send you an invite. Okay. And yeah, there we go. Let's call it a day over on Clubhouse. Let's go ahead and get the room built up. And don't do anything my poor insolvent drunk, strung out on meth grandmother wouldn't do. And remember, for grandma, what is the answer always? Methamphetamines. Boop.